Benjamin Robinson from Motor City Skyline. We're doing a second episode of Gear Talk, and we are here to talk about the gear that I use with the band. So, I am the guitarist, Benjamin Robinson. I do backup vocals and do like half the leads. We got our other guitarist, Cameron, who did a Gear Talk last week. He does half the lead parts as well. And so we're going to talk about the gear that I use live. This first piece of gear is my guitar. It is a Gibson SG. I think it's a standard. And it is, I think, 2016 is the year. And the reason I chose this guitar is because it has a fat neck. I love playing guitars with fat necks and really being able to grasp the fretboard. The other thing I like about the guitar is it has humbuckers, and these are just the stock humbuckers with it. I just like having a fat sound with my tone. And I really like how the guitar sounds and plays. The only big flaw is it has trouble staying in tune. So I installed this thing up here called a string butler. And that helps it a little bit, but it still has some issues. But all in all, I still like the guitar. So next, we talked about guitar. We're going to talk about the whole amp setup that I use with the band. And it's, I guess it starts here. We have a HX Stomp, and that is used for basically all of my sounds. And then we go up here, and we have the head, Mesa Boogie single rectifier head. And this is just getting used as a power section, so it's just adding volume. And then the amp, the cabinet that the head is plugged into is a Bogner Helios 2x12, which has two speakers. One is a Celestion Vintage 30. The other one is a Celestion Creamback. And I really just like the sound of both those speakers together. That's why I got this cabinet. So we're using, I guess we'll talk about how it's hooked up now. We're using this HX Stomp, and out of here, this output is going to this head. It's going to the backside to the return of the Mesa Boogie single rectifier. This just goes to the return. This is the input where my guitar is plugged in. This is for this extra foot switch, which I use as to get the tuner on the stomp. And then the other thing is this one. This is the send output of the stomp. This sends, it's a line level signal. I got 1/4 inch in there, but the other end is XLR, and it's going straight to the mixer. And the reason I do that, and I'll show it right here, is this volume control. I can leave the volume at full volume going to the mixer, but for stage volume, I can control it with this, and I'll show you. I can just go down as quiet as I want or as loud as I want to go with that. Okay, so that's kind of how it's wired up. And the last part about this demo is going to be sound samples and maybe showing how this HX Stomp works. So basically, the HX Stomp, I have 3 snapshots set up on here. So I'm basically just doing 3 sounds, and there's not going to be any delay when I switch between my sounds at all. I'll show you that real quick. So there's no stopping it. I'm using all the blocks in there and all my buttons, but I still want a tuner, so I just use this extra foot switch for my tuner, and all I have to do is hold it and I've got a tuner in there, and then I hit it again and the tuner's off. Okay, so now we will talk about my sounds. Okay, so this is my clean sound, and I'm not using any, I guess I'll talk about my 3 sounds. My clean is just like, doesn't even have a preamp, it's just chorus, basically, on that. And I'll play some longer bits in a second. My dirty, this is just a Mesa Boogie preamp, so it sounds like the head I got there, but it lets me go direct into a PA. And then this just adds like a little bit of delay. Okay, so I'll play a little bit for you using all 3. Okay, and there you have it. That's the gear I use for Motor City Skyline. I'm Benjamin Robinson, and I thank you for watching. Everybody be safe, and we'll see you next time on Gear Talk.